While he sat in camp, recovering from his numerous wounds, Orion took the time to ponder the teachings of Vol, elven god of craftsmen, to better protect his warriors from harm in the coming battles. While he himself was no stranger to shrugging off mortal injury, his hunters would fare much better with stronger armor for what was ahead. The God King was also appraised of the goings-on back in Athaloran. The Glade Lord Icarin had met up with two promising new Glade captains, Dulos and Toltirin, and with their help had raised a mighty war host to better defend against incursions into the forest, as well as investigate the rumors of disappearances near the Waterfall Palace in the northeast territories of the Great Woods. Home in the Kingsglade, more paddocks were being made ready to gather greater numbers of Orion's elite riders. And the forest lookouts where the Death Dancers and Wildwood Wardens gathered were being built with stunning speed. All were ready and willing to work hard to see their cities improve, as the horrific tales of what happened to those overrun by the undead had already ignited a war fervor in each and every one of the Azrai and Athaloran. The God King gave the order to break camp and make ready for a swift journey through the world routes. They would meet up with Glade Lord Icarin's army to investigate the disturbances south of the Waterfall Palace. He hoped a worthy battle awaited him on the other side. And welcome on in, everyone, to part 3 of our Orion campaign. Thank you all so much for the support of these first 2 episodes here. Remember to leave a like and hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying these episodes. Let's get right to it. So coming on out of the world routes, we come into a forest encounter with the Greenskins. Orcs are a frequent nuisance on Athaloran's mountainous eastern border. Your spies have spotted a warband entering the forest. This band, however, is a ragtag affair. They could easily be misled into leaving the forest without a fight. The tree spirits want blood. We could let them leave and have unhappy tree spirits, but the Greenskins would be happy, and we would cause fear when fighting against Greenskins for all armies, which would be very interesting. Shaman says keep them out of the forests. Saw as he saw a gork at a tree stump. Or we could attack them. They know the trees had teeth. And we would have a diplomatic penalty with Greenskins faction-wide, which would be an interesting thing to deal with. Face a foe in battle, have abundant growth, though, for extra growth for all provinces, extra control, and extra leadership for all of the trees that we don't quite have in our army. Or we could be cowards and decide later. Nay. We attack. Icarin joins us in our ambush of the Greenskins. This is going to be an absolute slaughter, but you know we have to take the battle to them. We want to make sure Orion and his Waystalker probably stay a bit more safe this time, so we'll let his forces do most of the fighting. We'll take a bit more casualties for it, but it will keep Orion from accidentally being dropped by a random orc boy. Let's get to it. Alright, so we do have to wait for our reinforcements to arrive, and it's going to take a full 2 minutes. I foresee this battle is going to be over well before that 2-minute mark is complete. So let's grab all of our cavalry, shove them on in here in the back. They can rush down his artillery teams and finish them off quickly. Same thing with these pump wagons here. We will deploy all of our spearmen along this flank here. Stop those river trolls and everyone else from coming on through into the important units. Behind them, we will have the Glade Guard. Stunning proud. Likely to take some damage. Well, you can probably pull them back into the forest, at least a few of them. Let them fire out of the trees there. They should get, I think, a bit more... No, they get no actual combat penalties to being in the woods. They just are able to pass through trees, which is fair enough. We'll bring them back. Oh, you know what? We'll leave them here. I'm going to keep having a decision until we figure it out. I'll have the other Glade Guard up front, with the Deepwood Scouts on either side there. We will have the actual swordsmen holding the lads off on this side, while we have the dual bladesmen charging out of the forest as well. They can charge in from this side here. We've got more than enough to hold the line. Orcs are no match for us in a one-on-one combat there. Way less stats. They have a little bit more health, but besides that, nowhere near. We'll have Orion. I want you with the swordsman. You and the scout both. That should go very well for us. Rotate these spearmen ever so slightly. We can kind of spread them out a little bit. The enemy won't quite be able to actually charge through the lines. It'll give us more of a area to charge down. More or less. We still want to try to pull most of them up the hill here and fight where they don't want to and allow our archers to actually fire over and into them. Don't want to give them the high ground, though. We will make sure we don't lose that. I'm thinking more like Zeus. Alright, all of the soldiers together. Archers, cavalry, the boys. Battle begin. You guys rush in and take down those snotlings. You go ahead and just start dropping down the Hounds of Orion on pretty much anywhere you can. Once that activates, let's go for the Charm Shield there. All archers, let's go ahead and start tearing apart the different units of their archers, if we can. Looks like all of the boar boys are starting to charge into the front line of our own. Let's go ahead and hit them back. Start trading with their archers. We should be able to win that fight pretty handily, but I definitely don't want to lose it. Start dropping down the nonsense there. It looks like the lads in the forest are going to get jumped by all the savage orcs. They knew immediately where they were at. They're going to have a bad time until we can actually get some reinforcements over there. So let's start working, make sure that actually can happen. Pull the cavalry away. Get those shots in on... No, they're all going to flee. That's perfect. Alright, archers, switch targets to these guys here. We're going to go ahead and slow-mo this battle here and watch some of our new units, although we have already seen them a couple times, but these guys are awesome. That was quite the jumping blow. Somehow he managed to block it even though he wasn't looking. The cavalry pull away to get a better charge. Hopefully we can bring down a lot of them before they are able to. Orion charges across the battlefield, unscared of anyone here. Go ahead and pull things back in, that way we can actually keep it under control here. Control those pump wagons. You go ahead and charge in, beat down on those remaining archers, and we'll go ahead and help out these soldiers in the woods there. You go ahead and turn. We'll just kind of push this line down the hill. They can fire while moving, so we'll just move over towards the enemies that are in the woods there. Some of them made it in on our archers. We'll make sure we can actually punish that real quick. Most of their archers have fled. I see no one in our back line here, so we're good to go. Taking a lot of damage. We'll bring the Wild Riders through. You guys can go ahead and hit these Night Goblin archers that are in the front. Reinforcements have arrived. Yep. They went ahead and charged right into the front line and are going to get cut down pretty aggressively. Have you guys just continue to clash with the orc boys. Orion is getting insane damage. We'll go ahead and drop down some extra hope from the skies there. Deal with the nasty skulkers, and that should be the battle. Lads in the woods took a little bit more damage than we wanted them to, but held firm. Bring yourselves on over. Everyone else just kind of advance this direction. Those squigs want a hug. Go ahead and give them one. Pull the Wild Riders out of the woods there. Orion, switch to chucking those at the river trolls. In fact, everyone with a bow, switch to chucking things at river trolls. You guys come on down here and deal with this group. Burn and completely surround and destroy what's left. While doing battle on the hill here. You're gonna get a few volleys off. Do some damage. Try to get it through our armor. Let's see if we can't get some of these archers here to switch their targets. Deal with those archers quickly. Our stalker's a little bit too close to that for my comfort, but we have finished them off. Perfect. Well, we will try to run down as many of these fools as we can. That way we don't have to have any more marauding armies in our forest. I'll catch y'all in a moment. We will definitely take that victory. Only 139 fell in the battle. Most of that going to the unit that got caught in the woods there. We will make sure to keep them hidden better in the future. I probably didn't look for that little eyeball symbol that actually meant that they were hidden. We will then most likely abduct those captives just for the extra replenishment right off the bat there. The 1,300 for pardoning them would be nice, but we don't release anyone. We abduct them. Sacrifices for the forest. Ritter was killed in battle, and it doesn't look like any of the orcs managed to survive. Awesome. Several of our waystalkers, though, our glade captains, are now on mounts, which is awesome. the Barded Ithlamar Steer, which gives them passive ability, keep the distance, and keep shooting for all ranged cavalry. More speed, reload skill, and missile resist. That's incredible. We definitely need to start getting our ranged cavalry out and into the armies. Do we give you a Sword of Strife? Sword of Strife seems like that should go to Orion. So we will take Orion's, or we'll equip our Sword of Strife and then take Orion's Biting Blade, and that will trade them. He now has the Sword of Strife, and she has the Biting Blade. Excellent business. We definitely need to pass out more Forest Spirits. The more enemy leadership debuffs we can get, the better. So she's got 2 skills that she has gained here, so let's go for the Arrow of Kurnos. And we'll go for Fleet Finger. For more arrows flying across the battlefield. We will do the same for you, so extra Arrow of Kurnos. We will go for the Dance of Loek and Possessed by the Trickster God. And then we'll go for the first point into increased mobility. Just 1 point behind her fellow Doulos there. For Icarid. Do you give the same ability? Oh, you do. Okay, so it's kind of best to have one of these guys per army instead of stacking them up. But this does make it worthwhile to have the different steeds instead of just going for whichever one's the strongest, such as the Forest Dragon. Or even just the Great Stag. The Great Stags that kill the Trespassers. I'll do. Alright, Icarid. You've already got Sight Beyond Sight. We don't really need to give you Dance of Loek as well, because you've got 2 of your heroes that have that active. One of them will stay in your army, the other will not. Let's go for the Inspiring Presence to start there, and then we will grab the Bolts of the Forest as well to get some extra missile strength on our Glade Guard. You'll have some extra spicy missile troops here. Up to 20 strength, that's not bad. They can shoot from 220 meters away, so that's quite deadly. Alright, Orion has a maximized army. We will go ahead and remove one of our spearmen here. Yeah, one of our spearmen. And we will replace them with a Glade Captain. I was going for the Ariel's Chosen, that's you, so you shall go ahead and join Orion's forces. Welcome. You had hopefully serve the God of Athaloran well. The God King, rather. I guess Ariel would be the God of Athaloran. Let's grab Seeker on Doden. Allows him to move around a bit faster. I don't know that I care about that as much as his overall ability to fight, so let's grab Endurance the Oak, gives him more health. Let's just go for his ability to stand in combat, so more melee attack and defense, up to +7 on each.
Ready to serve!
For you, Orion. We could get an additional use of Prey of Anathrema. That's pretty great, but we actually have now got up to rank 12. I actually forgot to save the skill points as I wanted to, so let's grab Assyrian's Command here, giving our, him Hunter Javelins, so extra anti-large strength and more missile strength as well. Yeah, that's quite a bit heftier. Bounty of Kurnos gives him more ammunition by 100%. Becomes able to see enemies hiding in forests regardless of distance. You cannot hide. Stalk during ambushes for his entire army, or then the Hunters Gather. Decreasing construction cost, time, and increasing local recruitment capacity for wherever he's at. So let's go for the Hunters Gather first. Really wish we would have saved some of these points. But we shall grab the rest of these pretty quickly. Definitely the most important ones we're going for. We won't do any replenishing in the Crag Halls, not yet. But Rend Ironjaw did actually survive the combat, so we want to make sure we hunt him down. So, Icarin, that is your job. There we go. Put them down in an auto-resolve. We lose almost none in the fight. And these we shall go ahead and release for the extra gold. The spirits will hunt them down and have a good time doing so. None shall escape. They just think they will. Ranked up under rank 10, giving us more leadership for the whole army. Welcome, young stag. Thank you.
Lord of Athaloran.
Well, for you then, let's give you the extra 2 points into Bolts of the Forest, up to extra ammunition and, or I guess, reload time reduction and missile strength both. which will just increase how much damage they do by a lot. 24 total.
You need me?
Not bad. I would like you to go hang out at the Oak of Ages for now. So just go
Orders
sit
received.
and see if we need anything afterwards. We'll have to have Orion do some replenishing. We will probably take a few turns to wait for our Forest Lookout and the Muster Stone to finish. That way we can grab some of these Glade Riders with the different ammo types as well. We need the Azrite Forge for the Hagbane tips. I am actually tempted to go ahead and stop the building of the Arbiter's Perch. This is our actual defense building, so you know what? No, we won't. We'll just have to wait to get the Azrite Forge later on. We'll have to get just normal Glade Riders with their normal arrows, which will be unfortunate, but we'll definitely work with it. Also grab here the Hunter's Vault for even more growth. And we can afford the Artisan's Nexus as well, so we'll grab it. Extra income, extra control, and a whole bunch more craftable resources. 2 turns till the Oak of Ages is now up to withered. All the extra water and Miracle Grow has been working wonders.
Lord of the
See
Glade.
no deals we can get up to except for
Lord
probably
of
battles soon.
Laconia.
Let's come out of the quick deals. I want to see what Widrioth is up to. No enemies for any of them. Very unbloodthirsty of our Wood Elf brethren here. Such is the way, I guess. Peace for now. For now.
If I had my way, the Wild Hunt would trample you into the earth.
Well, you probably should soon have your way because he just screams war. That's all he's got for us is a bunch of shouty capitals. Fair enough, Morgar. You can cough it up. That was really dramatic for nothing. Alright, another quest battle, the Cloak of Isha. The Cloak of Isha, much revered relic of the goddess herself, has been stolen. The elves speak of dark omens, and even Ariel herself feels the changing of the forest as surely as she feels the shifting of the season. Orion is incensed to find out what if the relic is to be secretly given to the Cult of Pleasure, in exchange for a Mark of Slanesh. The Glade Lord, sworn in defense of Athaloran, plots against the forest, and plans to usurp it. There is no time to waste. Haste must be made to confront this errant and treacherous lord before it is too late. The forest watches with fearful anticipation. The night, where the night glens seem to grow darker as the hour of battle approaches. Upon victory, we would gain the Cloak of Isha, which gives him some heals, and 40% or 45% damage resistance as long as he has less than 25% hit points. Makes him a really incredible Berserker style unit, doesn't it? No, that definitely can't do. So we have these Wood Elves to deal with, as well as some reinforcements. That is a lot of Hagbane tip Glade Riders. Let's go ahead. We've got 2, even more Whispers in the Woods too. We'll deal with that on the way over. We'll make sure we replenish up, and we'll grab some cavalry. Then we will set out to deal with these quest battles. Much to do.
Master of the Wild Hunt.
Actually cannot make it in normal stance. Let's go ahead and jump into... It's really unfortunate. We'll jump into the Ride the Wild World routes. We'll come on over and jump into the middle of the forest encounter here. Let's grab Icarin.
Proud son of Athaloran.
Make sure he is close by. I don't want you to actually activate the quest itself. Come next door.
Pathways.
That way you can join in and get some experience for the battle.
Orion,
And through the world routes we go.
I am called forth.
Alright, Kingsglade. A group of rebellious tree spirits have slain some elves. The audacity. They are willing to accept banishment to the Wildwood as punishment, but this lenience may encourage further discontent. Alternatively, you can make an example of the tree spirits. They will no doubt fight back. Well, you can't kill elves. That's not going to be allowed. We must execute them. Punishing them will give us extra control and a charge bonus for Dryads, Treekin, and Treeman units, as they have been now pacified. If we spare them, we lose control, and we lose charge bonus. This has made their kin more aggressive, also more unruly. Now we execute them. For your transgressions. Oh, hello, trees. That's quite the army. Alright, well, looks like Orion is to be fighting this force by himself. Easily the most dangerous units here are going to be these Treekin. We will want to make sure we are staying out of the forest and shooting them down kind of in the open. Looks like we have some nice opportunities for some choke points. We'll want to make sure we try to keep these trees corralled, but they will be sneaky on the way up. At least the Dryads will. This will be a desperate fight. I cannot wait. Let's get to it. Alright, so our cavalry is very definitely going to be outperformed by the enemy monstrous infantry there, so we're going to want to keep them back, mostly used for charging in on the flanks of these Dryads here, which have very, very low defenses. You can take a look there. They've got more than they do on the main campaign, I won't lie, but normally they are more a Berserker-style unit similar to the Sigmarite Flagellants. This has them being a bit more defensive with some physical resistance. We'll have to try our best to fire on down on them. They are pretty much tailor-made to be fighting against the Wood Elves. Let's set up the warriors in the center here. If we can draw them back to us, that's going to be preferable. Orion should be faster than just about everything in their army. He's got 94 speed. They have, what, maximum? 43. 3 men are very slow. 34, yeah. We can bully them with our lords and heroes, which we will. Make sure we hit one flank, though. I'm going to charge up and take down some treekin. The Dryads can be brought down by our normal arrows just fine. One for once there. Blade guard behind. We definitely are going to take this position as a defensive spot here. You guys behind for when anyone gets too close, although we can kind of push them forward. Have them harry people on the way over. How much faster are you than the trees? 46 as opposed to 43. They are just barely faster, so we can actually keep them up. I'm going to get them slain in combat probably, but if we can technically keep them up front and ready to fight, I'm going to throw them into skirmish for the beginning there. Then well, you know what, that actually gets slain more often than not. Skirmish is bad. In case you didn't realize that from the statement. So the Eternal Guard in here. The ROR unit. Other lads on this side, and then we'll have another unit a little bit further back to either take the flank or move to the center and help the lads out that are struggling against all the treekin. Damage is going to come in pretty aggressive. Have these guys in the back for any kind of flanking nonsense, and again to lend aid to wherever they're needed. Lead guard back just a smidge. And a quick pre-battle jump cut. The Lady Wizard did give me a call. I knew she was going to, but I just did not time it quite right. So we can get right back to where we left things. The battle can get right to going. All we needed to do was deploy our Wildwood Ranger, I guess our Wildwood Riders, sorry. We'll deploy them in the back. Let them approach and hit the enemies as they move forward. If the Dryads move forward by themselves without support, we can move the cavalry in. Otherwise, we'll want to keep them well away, as the treekin will rip them to pieces, even the ones that have the bonus versus large. Just not enough armor, not enough weapon strength, and not enough melee defense to kind of survive what's going to be hitting them, so we'll want to keep them back, our dear cavalry. Alright then, get this battle going. You kind of want to rotate the army, though, ever so slightly. Alright everyone, let's start moving up and bothering those treekin. We can blast some arrows of Kurnos at them as well. Hopefully it doesn't hit these trees. Oh, lucky. Get moving forward, lads. They don't have any range themselves, except for whatever the Lord is wielding. I didn't check his magic, which is probably unintelligent of me, but such is the way. We'll move up, start chucking nonsense at the enemy here.
Orion!
I don't mind dropping down some hounds either. Good old pups of Orion, go get them. The very low armor of these Dryads is going to be amazing for the damage there. You were quite slow, I just realized. What's your speed? 57, still faster than all the Dryads.
Son of Kronos!
I changed my mind. Let's do damage to the treemen. I realize they're not doing anything to the Dryads at all. Or they're firing on the Dryads and not the guys further back. There we go. Proper damage. That's because I told them to fire on the Dryads. That would be why. Earthblood going down. Switch targets and be a waste otherwise. Fire on those treekin instead. Go ahead and chuck down. Oh, here they come. and the enemy surge forward. Tired of getting shot at. I understand. We'll keep you nearby, and you can just kind of keep charging on away. We'll turn and fire every now and again. Then with Orion, just turn and chuck a javelin at who you can there. Keep running. Someone ignited their car engine outside, so you hear that, apologies. We'll just keep playing on through, though. Did feel it best to mention, though, you better run. They're moving fast to catch up with you. We will start firing out some arrows now, though. Let's launch. Go ahead and stop these guys and have both of them target the same group. You go ahead and turn and start firing as well. Keep running. We can launch the arrows of Kurnos at this group of Dryads here. Come on, give them a volley. There you go. A bit slow on that volley. Really not getting much good hits in. As they are stopped, though, we will drop the arrows on down. We're pushing these units back here. Back behind the line if you can. Same thing with you, Orion. Everyone back behind the line. Retreat. Full-scale retreat. I'm going to push this unit off to the side, though, because she is very, very quick and kind of keeps some Dryads distracted. So just come on up and around. It'd be great. Everyone else keep fleeing. Let's go ahead and launch some of these back down the hill there. Happy to chuck some Hounds of Orion as well. They're going well wide with their units. We'll see if they're actually able to fully flank us. That is a lot of trees. Bring the lads around. Go ahead and get the spearmen in position. You can go right through the woods just fine right here. Very, very fast, this unit. Move it up. Orion, you're chucking spears just fine. Let's go ahead and keep moving him behind the lines as well. Want him to be able to harass the enemy tree spirits as they come in. You guys hold the line here. Doing lots of harassing. Awesome. One of the tree men is chasing her as well. See if we can get some of these other tree spirits after her to fire a shot there. I go ahead and keep moving. I'm going to take you guys. Where are my scouts? They weren't on skirmish already, which is perfect. Really, really good hits. Looks like they're going wide with the treekin. In that case, the spearmen have to go protect. And you guys have to kind of spread out more than you are. Pull back behind the line. Deepwood archers, keep firing at who you can. We'll have the spearmen hold off the treekin for as long as they can. Slow someone down to a crawl. Dealing with one of these Dryads would be great. Go ahead and slow down this unit of Dryads there. I don't think he has to get too much closer to them. Pull the Waystalkers back. Oh, run, 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 run. He's so quick. Thank goodness. We will pull... Oh, you know what? Glade Riders, let's go ahead and hit this group of Dryads here. You guys move to intercept as well. Athelloren. You guys deal with these Dryads. We'll have both of the Wildwood boys, or both of the Deepwood scouts, fire on the Ancient Tree Man in the back there. Cavalry easily dealt with that group of Dryads. Easy clap. Kill them. Let's get moving. You can drop down the Hawk's Talon on all these Dryads that are moving up to try to intercept. Hopefully that doesn't do too much friendly fire damage. You may get unlucky there. Fire some Talons of Kurnos at these guys that haven't quite intercepted our troops. Bring the blades in. Keep firing at that Ancient Tree Man there. If we can stop him, we can stop the heals. Talon of Kurnos, you. Ooh, let's go ahead and pull you away from that group of Dryads. Highborn Captain, we want to keep you alive. Best we can here. Hounds of Orion in the back of this group. Get those shots flying. Cavalry, they can go ahead and charge. They're caught in with the Dryads a bit too much. Let's pull these guys back. Charge in as a group to try to break these treekin. You go ahead, get some shots in on this tree man here.
For battle.
Good. Alright, their lord is almost gone. One more shot, he should fall. Which they're targeting over here to these tree men in the back here. Awesome, there goes the lord. No more heals.
Ready to fire. Hiding in wait.
Awesome, they looks like they have decided that they don't want to deal with the Glade Captain anymore, so we're going to let Orion do his thing. Our cavalry are fighting with everyone on the side here. Let's bring the Bladesmen back in. Luckily, we are breaking the leadership on the cavalry, or the large freemen here. Kind of get a nice overview of the battle going on. And then with Athaloran bleed. Gotta keep the unruly tree spirits in check. Ever ready. Go ahead and launch some more Talons of Kurnos. Looks like they're gone on the side here. We've got them broken. Three can have been completely surrounded. Orion, go ahead and drop down the arrows of Kurnos there in the back line. Keep you out of the battle, but we will drop down the prey of Athelrema. Go ahead and finish them off as they charge on in. Let's go ahead and keep you guys from getting too deep in enemy lines there. Or too far away from the safety of our archers. Looks like most of them are ready to flee. Go ahead and surround and destroy these other trees here. This guy has caught a net, he's going nowhere. Go ahead and turn and start chucking those javelins where you can. You don't want to get caught up in battles you don't want. This must have been the Triads that was chasing off our Glade Captain. They finally made it into battle, but that is too much. Treatment are defeated. We will do what we can to finish off the rest of these unruly fools, and I'll catch y'all in a moment. A close victory. Well, we only lost 121, and the Wood Elves, or I guess the Freemen there, were crushed utterly. Catch me to jump up and knock him with Mike. Get out of here, you. Rest of the forest abound. We will go ahead and abduct these captives, make sure our replenishment is maximized there for the... We can quickly get into these two quest battles. But Arca was slain, and the Wardens of Sithral, the Wildwood Rangers, have been unlocked. We will have to hunt down Katra. We can use Icarin to do so.
These are dark times.
Get in there, bud. Since you didn't actually do any reinforcing as you should, you'll be doing good at hunting down the leftovers. And Smush. We will go ahead and take them to be released as well. Bit more gold. Get ourselves another young stag. We have plenty of those going out now. Another hawk companion. More reinforcement range and a bit of range for herself. Well done. Alright, Orion can't quite do any actual replenishing or recruiting. So can you make it back into territory?
I go forth.
Doesn't look like it, so he's going to have to jump into March.
Anything is possible.
Sprint back in. We're going to actually make the neighbors angry once more there by doing more trespassing. Clan Angren does not ever forget or forgive. Ever. Alright then. Skill points. Let's go for boost income. Make sure Athaloran is, or the King's Glade is making us as much money as possible. And then we'll go for the Fleet Finger. As reload time is always best to go for before anything else. More damage is great, but the more arrows you're throwing out, the better.
God King of the Deepwood.
We'll go for the increased mobility and the boosted income. And then the final 2 points into Fleet Finger. 15% less reload time reduction. It's going to take you how long to shoot? 5 seconds per shot. Very nice.
I will make it so.
For Dodon then, let's give you the final point into Tempered Rigor, and then we'll give you the Foe Seeker, so you can move around a little faster as we need you to. And we can go ahead and grab the passive bump to control.
Lord of the Forest.
Or Orion himself, we grab his unique skills. I think we want to get this character being able to see enemies hiding in forests. Yes, please. And then the Never-Ending Hunt gives us even more campaign movement after raising a settlement, and then extra cooldown reduction for the Hawk's Talon Prey of Anathrema and the Hounds of Orion. Or we could get Stalk. Tough call. Let's go for Stalk during ambushes, or Since we're about to do the quest battles, I think it'd be better to go for the extra uses of the Hawk's Talon for more damage. And then 57 javelins to chuck at the enemy is no small amount. Not one bit. Alright, looks like Woodrioth is irritated with us. What do we do to them? What is making you frustrated? We have trespassed. Well, see, we had to save the forest. You understand, right?
Lord of Athel-Loren.
Doesn't appear so. They're very irritated with us. I will not be giving you any gifts, as I am the king of Athel-Loren, but it may actually be a good idea to start passing some money out to make our subjects happy. Let's go ahead and go for the Grove of the Horse. 2 turns in, we'll be able to get some Wild Riders with shields, which would require the Azrai Forge, so we'll probably have to not get any actual recruitment out of this till we get that Forge in. So this will at least allow us to get working towards that Tier 3 Pastures of Skymark, which has some great Stag Knights, which will be an incredible shot cavalry, including the Sisters of the Thorn, which are a skirmish cavalry with some bound spells. And I think since we have the gold, do we have the growth for the upgrade to the oak? It's not going to tell me how much growth I would need, huh? So be it. We might as well then maximize our upkeep production. Put another 6,000, we'll be good to go. And I'm happy to send some gold their way.
Welcome you. Deliver your message.
Offer you your payment, small gift. Will bankrupt us, but I think it'll be worth it. Reverse the negative attitude we have towards Findle of Woodrioth.
Just so.
You're not easily bought. Seems like you are. I'm not one to judge, though.
If I had my way, the wild hunt
Well,
would
hello,
trample you
Alaric.
into the earth.
Yeah, let's not hope you... Oh, he declares war. Correct, Kieran. He must be very irritated with us for trespassing. Oh, he's irritated with us for trespassing against Clan Angrid instead. Ah, I see. Enemy of my enemy is my enemy. Alright. Orion the Constructor, the Oak of Ages, grows up a little bit there. 43 forest health, looking nice. Diplomatic relations with Bretonia, more growth for all provinces, more upkeep for all of our units, or upkeep production for all of our units. All good things.
The hunter.
Let's go ahead and swing Orion into the Kingsglade.
To serve area.
Perhaps
Clear a path.
grab some of these new units we have. We've got the Wildwood Ranger variants now with shields. So they'll have Forest Stalker, they'll be shielded. They won't have the armor piercing damage that our Eternal Guard have, which are really, really good. We'll have that bonus versus large. They've got quite a bit more melee stats there with 45 and 61 on the defense. Actually, hang on now. Yeah, just quite a bit more attack. They also get more buffs while being in the forest. Perfect Vigor as well. Charge Reflection. So they are just a strict upgrade. They just lose that armor piercing, which does make me a wee bit sad. What else have we unlocked? Our Glade Riders with spears. Those are very, very light cavalry. We'll get the Wildwood Wardens and the Death Dancers. Now see, the Death Dancers are interesting. They've got poison attacks, a lot of melee stats. A bunch of extra abilities too. Let's take a look. Whirling Deaths, they lose some armor piercing, which they didn't have already. That's not great. So they lose the remaining armor piercing. So those are good. These are really, really good at whirling through low armor infantry. And they've got Woven Mist to kind of block arrows. Got a Smoke Bomb as well, so that low armor. These are very good at flanking around and destroying archer lines. Got a Charge Defense versus large, so they can't really get run down as easily. Not a bad unit at all. I'm looking for some armor piercing, which we seem to be lacking. Blade Singers have the armor piercing, I see. So in our line, we may have to have the Blade Singers and the Wildwood. Oh, okay. They want you to have a line of Wildwood Wardens and then have the Axe variant backing them up for the chopping. And that makes sense. And that we can do. So these Eternal Wardens here are great. They've got Frenzy. They're pretty nasty, but they are not Wildwood Rangers. Or Wardens, for that matter. So let's spend some gold. We only have 2,000, so we can probably buy 2 spearmen. Start replacing our Eternal Guard here. We will keep the Winterheart Guard in. As I say disband, can we get Icarin to take some of these units off his roster here?
Your request is reasonable.
So let's kick. Well, you know what? For now, we'll just keep them in.
Azray.
Move up and claim these more elite units here. We'll pull these guys across. And actually, you know what? We'll grab the Winterheart Guard as well. They've served Orion well, but the ROR unit will allow this Glade Captain to be a bit more potent in battle. We'll move these 3 over. We'll probably end up disbanding just the weakest of the Eternal Guard there. You don't need that many of them. A lot of spearmen there. Okay.
Master of the Wild Hunt.
And then we grab 2 of these Wildwood Rangers with shields. Excellent. We only have enough gold for 2 of them. So I'd like to grab... How much are going to be the Hagbane tips or just the normal Glade Riders? 770. What we'll do is we will keep... I'd like to have 2 units of these guys here. So let's go ahead and get rid of one of these Eternal Wardens. By get rid of, I mean hand off to Icarin.
I acquiesce to your request.
Of course you do. Alright, Icarin, you have some brand new Eternal Wardens. Enjoy. And we'll get 2 units of Glade Riders next turn, and then that will finish off Orion's force and prepare ourselves for the battle against these 2 quest battles here. Cannot wait.
At your service.
You just go hang out in the Kling's Glade, buddy.
How can I assist you?
You can assist me by staying out of everyone else's way. Wait, we do have low-X Tricksters. It didn't tell me about low-X Tricksters. The Wardens do have armor piercing and anti-large. So instead of the 3rd unit of spears here, we go for one of them. Or I guess we're not going to go for a 3rd unit of spears. We could switch out one of these Eternal Wardens for them. Lots to do. Luckily, the ROR units we can kind of sit in reserve and keep in case of emergency to recruit up an army on the fly if we really, really need it. So we'll probably just keep them as such. Any kind of deals we can get up to?
Lord of the Glade.
It appears we are unlikable at the moment. Paragon would really like a deal of peace, though. No, see, we have to come up there and wipe you out. Such is just the way of the forest. We never forgive. Alright, Haverlin has been wiped out up in the north. Such is the way in our mission successful, the melee men and women. Melee infantry are the spine of any good army, and we are severely lacking in their regard. We must field more to create a strong central core within our forces, giving us more recruit rank and more recruitment cost reduction, which is infantry. Or interesting that it happens after you recruit your infantry.
You have orders?
Alright, Orion, I do have orders. I need you to recruit up some more Glade Riders here. We need some bowmen. Some skirmish bowmen just to kind of weaken the enemy. They actually do pretty sizable damage for what they are. And their charge is going to have a bonus versus infantry. So not bad at all. That is going to nearly bankrupt us, but we actually have enough gold to grab some of these wardens, do we not? We do indeed. Icarin.
What do you need?
Flamer of our misbegotten soldiers. Let's go ahead and remove one of your Glade Guard. That's a lot of archers. Remove one of these Glade Guard units. Oh, never mind. He actually has a free spot. What am I talking about? Welcome, Eternal Wardens, to your new home. And in Orion's force, we grab some of the upgraded version. Oh. We cannot recruit them because we need an Azrai Armory. Well, such is the way, I guess. In the meantime, we'll just grab a 3rd unit of Glade Riders, and that will have us a nice core of cavalry and skirmish cavalry to harass any kind of enemy we are going to be coming against. And they are faster than pretty much all other skirmish cavalry in the game, with 114 speed. You can even outrun warhounds and such, which will be great.
Glade Lord.
You, Glade Lord, I'd like to start moving north. See if we can't investigate Paravon. If we can have you bring that down while Orion's doing something else, that'd be great. It's just we can't move across any of these lands without making people angry. Let's move over to here. Probably a bad idea. We probably could have come over this way. Whoa, Mortar is doing all sorts of damage to Castle Carcassonne. He's got himself a Shaggoth recruited. That's going to be really scary. Pretty crazy how much has happened, and we haven't even really left the forest at all. Alright, we'll go ahead and give it one more turn here. Let's check diplomacy real fast, though. Doesn't look like any good deals can be made, except for peace with Paravon. I mean, Paravon's deal might sort itself out. How much gold would you be willing to give me for peace? Our problem is you're at war with everyone else, so that would probably actually make us go down in their eyes. So we will not. We'll finish you guys on off. No matter how much gold you offer to the forest, it's not enough. Alright, the turn is ours. I was going to say I didn't know if Paravon got wiped out or what just happened, but yes, indeed, Arguilan has finished them off for us. Gods laugh, but now we have to make friends with Arguilan, that way we can actually start purifying the forest here. They've done a good bit of work in the north for us, and now we can focus on Karak-Hirn coming on over from the mountains. They will likely attack us from Grimhold here. Probably a good idea to use some of our gold to upgrade the small glade. Several turns before we're actually going to be able to upgrade this to a hull, so we don't have to worry about that for now. Oak of Ages, we will have... Does it actually not even have growth? You just upgrade it? That appears to be the case. So let's, instead of going for the growth building, you give us any kind of income at all? It does not look like it. Doesn't look like it. We could go for the Wisdom of Hoeth then. Get a bit more control and research rate. Just for the research rate, at least. Over in Grimhold, we will upgrade this to a small glade. And then, with Orion's new forces, are we all replenished up and ready to go? We are indeed. Okay, I think we go and start facing off against some of these battles. This will start making us trespass, though, which is a bit unfortunate. So it did say when we upgraded this to Withered, right? We would unlock Confederation missions with Torgavon and Widrioth. Where did those go? I do not see them. Perhaps they'll kick in next turn. The next technology we will research is going to be over here with Ladriel, Lady of the Mists. Give us more movement range, more evasion chance when using the world routes if we need to get out of a pickle real quick. And then more diplomatic relations with Bretonnia, which will just allow us to keep them off our backs while we deal with everyone else around us. Isha the Masters, or Isha the Mother, rather, is also very good for extra replenishment rate for all of our treekin. Look, the Trickster will give us some more missile resistance, which I think we will definitely be going for it pretty soon. We'll be fighting against lots of archers going ahead. The Beastmen do field a ton of raiders, usually. The Shaggoth's going to be a problem. Never, he says. Alright, Orion, let's start getting out here, and we'll have one battle against one of these quest battles. We shall start off with the Horn of the Wild, as we have to investigate the blight that's been creeping across the area. Do you have any description for us? Dark news reaches the court of Athaloran. Shadows loom on the outskirts of the forest, and the Waystone fence is threatened. Reports reach the king that a herd of beastmen slipped through the perimeter and defiled another Waystone before slinking back into the undergrowth. Orion and his scouts detect foul and pestilent aura of dark magic at the site of the beastmen raid. An aura that could belong to only one beastman. One beastman that Orion knows of. Morgur, the Ugly. Rallying the Wood Elves to his side, he pushes onwards to find the enemy and sate his bloodlust. As the Elves edge forward, the path closes in around them, and the moment of battle draws near. Ruin it near the end there. We'll teleport on over for 500 gold. Gives it a decisive victory. We could just auto-resolve it. We could just auto-resolve it? Are you kidding me? Well, you know, I'm tempted to. This battle is a absolute pain. We're not going to, obviously. During this battle, you must put down this Brave Shaman as fast as you can. Otherwise, you are going to be taking damage the entire battle because he is doing some kind of dark ritual in the back there. Corruptor of the Shadowgave. So all enemies will be taking 16 to 32 damage the entire battle, and this just ramps up as the battle goes on. And then he also gets reinforcements. It's quite a nasty fight. We shall dive on in there and do our best to kind of hunt this guy down, see if we can minimize his damage. Let's get to it.
These beasts call themselves hunters. Ha! Do they not know they face Orion, master of the wild hunt? Their auras cannot protect them now, for I am charged with the spirit of Kurnos. Rage and destruction flow through me. Fall upon them as the howling winds fall upon the winter leaves. Show them that nothing can stand before the fury of the storm!
Let's get him. And this battle has ended my Orion on several different occasions. Not this day, though. We shall have a different story entirely. Let's avoid the Deepwood Scouts up on top of this hill here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put the Waystalker and the Captain up here as well. We'll throw Orion off on the side. The most important thing is getting back here and stopping this Beast Lord, Cloven. He is standing in for Morgur, but he is kind of meant to be Morgur for this battle. We'll actually zoom in and take a quick look at the ugly boy. He is being protected by a retinue of Chaos Spawn. As long as you can brave them and bring down this half-naked hairy lad, should be good to go. He will be constantly dealing damage to our whole army as we go, so we'll want to bring him down quickly. And these forces here should be crushed in due time. Let's get the normal lads set up.
For the eternal realms.
We will have the swordsman. Center. Colonel Wardens, I'm going to keep them also fighting in the line as if they were sword and shieldmen. Spears can go in as well. We'll have a normal line there, and then we'll have the Glade Guard behind. These guys will just steadily advance. They will have reinforcements come in halfway through the battle. I shan't spoil the surprise more than that, though. Go ahead and throw the Glade Riders in as well. I'm going to put them up on top of the hill. And they are going to be our help at dealing with the Chaos Spawn that are in the way. And these guys are going to be dealing with the archers. Perfect. We saw he had the raiders on the map. You cannot hide them from us. Doesn't help that this is a battle that I am indeed familiar with because I've gotten my tail kicked a couple times. Let's get it going. Slay the brave Sherman. Sorry, Mr. Sherman. Your time is nigh. Let's move you both down towards. Pull the Wildwood. They're not Wildwood Riders yet, or Wildwood Rangers yet. They're Deepwood Scouts. They'll get there one day. Have Orion booking for the other side there. You guys go ahead and hit these Ungor Raiders. It will launch the Hounds of Orion through to try to keep them safe. And actually get a great charge there. They broke them almost immediately, though, so I don't mind. Push through to the next group of archers. You actually will go ahead and switch your targeting to charge them down if you even need it. There we go, there we go. Arrows of Kurnos as well. Go ahead and lock the infantry line and send them forward into battle, lads. They broke those archers quickly. Let's move forward. Touched by Morgur's twisted evil. He's indeed damaging our troops there. But stand back. Let's go ahead and launch some arrows of Kurnos. He's going to make a long trip over. Sadly enough, we'll have you guys go ahead and hunt down the rest of these archers here. You guys pull forward, help bring down these Chaos Spawn. It'll be quite the fight for you guys, but I think you can handle it. As you can see, the damage we're just ticking down with health. The models are dying slowly over time there. No good at all. Ryan is in battle with fake Morgur. We've got to bring him down quickly. And lend your aid to that battle there. Pull you around the outside. I will drop a Prey of Alathraima on these guys here. Finish off the spawn as fast as we can there. All three of you focus fire. Beastmen have brought a Cygor to the battle. Kill the monster with haste. Indeed. All of you switch. Your new target is the Cygor. Wait a second, is he coming from this side? Interesting.
We are tired of get to home. Quickly.
Love to see it. Okay, you guys definitely need to get away from them.
At once!
Come on, bring down that beastman.
Glades right
Bray Shaman quickly.
to battle. Orders received.
Charge these fools down. Let's get our cavalry away from the spawn there.
With haste!
Most of the up front beastmen have been slain. Push forward. We need to shut down this Sigor. He's launching rocks at us the size of Texas.
Would agree.
Oh, you can't drop that down and go ahead and activate the hounds then. Come on, Orion. You gotta be useful, bud. Go ahead and have all of our cavalry hit the same unit here. We are starting to lose lots of life, or lots of health.
Glades right.
Same thing.
Sound the horns.
Come on, we've gotta finish this
Orcs talon hunt.
shaman off. One more good chop on him. There he goes. Now the dark aura is gone, and we can deal with everyone else with post haste. Post haste. Chase them down, lads.
Straight away.
I got hectic there near the end, but I think we've got him. Start getting some shots on the Sigor. He's going to be an absolute menace. Should be no problem. Launch some rocks at him.
Eager for battle.
Centaur wanted nothing to do with what was happening here. Okay, those are Glade Riders with bows. Let's pull them away from that. That doesn't. They don't want to fight
Quickly. Now.
Chaos Spawn at all.
It shall be done. Take aim.
You guys right on away there.
The eternal realms.
And while we are kind of finishing things off, we can go ahead and take a look at these new units that I completely neglected to as they chase down some of these lads. These are just kind of different variants of previous, but they look awesome. Wielding spear and shield as if they were Eternal Wardens, but the shield's a little bit smaller of a kite shield variant. And then our new Glade Riders too. Only 2 new units for this one. These guys are already in the game, but they're pretty awesome looking too. Much less green and much more typical wood elf looking. Tolkien wood elf, if you will. Sigor is being hunted down by the Wild Riders. Their bonus feeler is actually helping them out pretty well. They lost a unit there. Only 1 in the attack. And they've got the spearmen help out. Let's pull them away. Let the spearmen funnel in and do their damage. All of our missile troops come on over and deal with the Sigor. Everything else is easily being routed on off. Perfect.
I will crush them.
Pretty tough battle there. You can see how much damage we took just from the curse the beastmen throw out. Not an easy one. That will give this beastman Sigor a nice, comfy blanket made of arrows. Throwing the arrows out back in the back line there. Impressive that you're not willing to break. Are we still taking damage? That better not be. As you can see, the power of the Corruptor grows stronger, greatly increasing the damage. It starts taking about 2 losses a second instead of just 1. It gets really deadly really quick. And the quest battle has been completed. We only ended up losing 146 soldiers there, so quite good there. Most of the lads came out of that one with nary a scratch. We will go ahead and abduct those who are left. You know what, we'll be teleporting back into our territory, so let's actually just go ahead and release them. And we'll take the extra gold to try to get in some upgrades to the army here. That'll make Torgovan mad, of course, because we did trespass with them. And fortunately, we've trespassed with both, so that's taking a double whammy hit. We gotta be careful with that. A bit unfortunate that that's the case. We should probably start with a, not only a non-aggression pact with all of these factions, but probably also a alliance of, which allows you to trespass. I can't think of what it's called right now. All the Maker works tirelessly to craft weapons and aid elves in the battles to come. Sword of Cain has been claimed by its owners. Fair enough. I have to come in here and know what it's called now.
Granted access.
And military access, that's what I meant to say, of course. You should probably start with at least, maybe even not a non-aggression, but at least military access. You can get around and do your quests without making everyone angry. He is the king of Athaloran after all, and I doubt anyone would really be mad with him showing up. Unless he shows up and kills a bunch of people, in which case
Lord of the
I can understand people being mad that Orion shows up. Let's grab the Eyes of the Forest here. Finish off his unique skills. Finishing off the never-ending hunt. The rites of summer gave you your purpose. Songs filled with the blood of Kurnos. He lives through you. He hunts through you. Yeah, that's basically the Glade Lords get. They sacrifice themselves and become Orion each wild hunt. And that is how Orion is, indeed immortal. The oak would be a bit more health. Yeah, let's go for just the spreading of control. Sounds good to me.
God
They do not have really a lot of skills there, the Waystalkers. Pretty limited. Kinband Captain gives us 25% more ammunition. That is a lot. Marked by Kurnos is 25% more charge bonus for the whole army. That's probably an easy sell. We'll grab both of those there, make sure we're all stocked up. And then we grab Piercing Shots. Blade Captain has been an excellent addition to our army. Thank you so much to the council for suggesting. How much gold we got left? 8,000. Any upgrades to either the oak or nothing at all? Okay, fair enough. That means upgrades for Orion.
To serve Ariel.
Okay, Orion. Although upgrades for Orion is not really something we can do right now, is it? Because we can't actually recruit these guys. Oh, man. We don't have the Azrai Armory, so at the moment, upgrades for Orion cannot happen. We can get some more Wildwood Rangers, but I think we're happy with what we've got. This army is actually fairly well stacked. We've got the first of Orion's unique items. We can start working towards the next one in the next episode, but for now, I'm out of time for today. I've been at Space Wizard War. I believe a like for the Light God and a sub for the Sub Zone, and I'll see you on the next one.